Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an incredible privilege to be standing in front of all of you this evening at the SAIMM Banquet and Awards evening. The support for the Institute is incredible, with over 420 people here this evening and over 50 being our students and future industry leaders. Over the past 6 months, since taking on the role of president of the Southern African Institute of Mining and Metallurgy, I've had the privilege of engaging widely across our industry. I've spent time with members, industry leaders, universities, and many of our partner institutions, listening carefully to understand both the opportunities and the challenges facing the minerals industry. These conversations have been incredibly valuable and have helped shape the emerging value proposition and strategy of the Institute. Tonight, I would like to share with you some of the insights that have been emerging from these engagements and how they're informing the direction of the Institute. What I will share this evening is not a finished strategy. Rather, it is a beginning of a journey. Strengthening the professional capability of our industry is a long-term commitment. And for the SAIMM, this journey will unfold over the next 5 years and beyond. As I mentioned in my presidential inauguration address in August, my focus this year has been on understanding and strengthening the SAIMM's operating model, which provides the framework for how we think about the role of the Institute in supporting the future of our minerals industry. The SAIMM operating model can be viewed through two lenses. The first being external. This lens focuses on understanding what our members and our industry and our stakeholders actually need. It requires us to engage broadly and to listen carefully to the challenges being experienced across the sector. The second lens is internal. This lens focuses on how the SAIMM organizes itself to deliver value. It includes our governance structures, our committees, our programs, and the operating discipline required to consistently deliver meaningful outcomes. In simple terms, the external lens defines what our customers need, and the internal lens determines how we deliver that value. Importantly, strengthening this internal lens has been a key focus area. We are formalizing how the Institute operates through clearly defined management routines, which include structured meetings with clear agendas, which include a purpose and outcome. We're also introducing clarity on levels of work supported by performance metrics that allow us to measure how effectively we are delivering value across all functions of the Institute. In addition, we are developing standard operating procedures to ensure consistency, continuity, and quality in how we execute our work every time. Together, these elements form the operating discipline required to translate strategy into consistent delivery. Over the past 6 months, we have therefore been engaging extensively across the industry to better understand that external perspective. And those conversations have surfaced a very consistent message. Across many of the discussions with the industry leaders, a concern is emerging repeatedly. Many leaders across the minerals industry are expressing concern that the depth of experience and competent professionals is becoming a constraint. We have an aging cohort of highly experienced technical professionals, while at the same time, the industry itself is becoming increasingly complex. Modern mining and metallurgy requires a broad range of multidisciplinary capabilities. These include mining engineering, metallurgy, environmental sciences, electrical and mechanical engineering, industrial engineering, data science, artificial intelligence, systems thinking, and even civil engineers like myself. However, the challenge is not simply about numbers. In many cases, universities are still producing graduates, yet the industry continues experiencing a shortage of experienced and competent, capable professionals. This suggests that the issue we face is increasingly a skills mismatch rather than a pure supply problem. Graduates are entering the system, but the learning pathways that once developed them into capable professionals becoming fragmented or disappearing altogether. This leads directly to the next challenge. Today, we are increasingly dealing with a fragmented professional development pipeline, from students entering the entering university, to graduates entering the workplace, to candidate professionals gaining experience, to registered professionals, and ultimately to industry leaders. Across this journey, there are significant gaps. Universities are facing funding pressures and challenges in attracting and retaining academic talent. Industry training pathways that vary significantly across companies. Workplace learning opportunities are inconsistent. And the institutions responsible for different parts of this system, including universities, industry bodies, regulators, and training organizations, often operate independently rather than as part of a coordinated ecosystem. As a result, we find ourselves in a situation where graduates may struggle to enter industry, while at the same time, industry leaders are saying that they do not have enough experienced professionals. This is not simply a numbers problem. It is fundamentally an ecosystem problem. Importantly, this challenge is now being reinforced by the identification of engineering work, which requires professional registration and which has now been formally gazetted by the Engineering Council of South Africa to align with global engineering best practice. This is not simply a compliance requirement. It is a clear signal that the industry must strengthen how professionals are developed, supported, and recognized across their full career journey. It raises the bar for competence, accountability, and professional standards, and makes a well-functioning development pipeline even more critical. Yet at the same time, our industry is entering a period of extraordinary opportunity. Every modern industry relies on minerals that are mined and processed by our sector. From infrastructure and construction to electronics, renewable energy and systems, and advanced manufacturing, minerals undermine the functioning of the modern society. At the same time, global demand for critical minerals is increasing rapidly as the world transitions towards new energy systems. Minerals such as copper, lithium, nickel, and platinum group metals will play a central role in enabling the technologies that support the energy transition in the future. Southern Africa holds many of these resources, which represents a significant opportunity for our region. However, unlocking that opportunity will not be determined only by the minerals in the ground. It will be determined by the capability of the professionals in this room who develop those resources into sustainable economic value. Which brings me to perhaps the most important point. At the center of this entire system is the professional. The SAIMM is not primarily about conferences, journals, or events. Those are important activities, but they're not the core purpose of the Institute. The SAIMM exists to support the professional because the capability of the professional ultimately determines the capability of the industry. Over the past 6 months, we have therefore been exploring how the SAIMM can play a strong role in strengthening the professional ecosystem that supports the minerals industry. An important moment in this journey occurred during the mining Indaba this year, when the SAIMM office bearers, including the past president, current and future presidents, met over dinner. We shared stories, we laughed a lot, and we spoke candidly about the challenges facing our industry. But most importantly, we asked ourselves a simple question: what role should the SAIMM play in helping address these challenges? The answer that emerged was clear. The SAIMM is uniquely positioned to help steward the professional ecosystem of the minerals industry. From students entering university to graduates entering the workplace, to candidate professionals gaining experience, to registered professionals, and ultimately to industry leaders. The Institute has access to industry leaders, works closely with universities, supports technical knowledge exchange, and brings together professionals across the entire minerals value chain. Over the past 6 months, we have already begun putting several important building blocks in place. We have established MISA, an initiative bringing together heads of mining schools across our universities to strengthen collaboration between academia and the industry. We have also launched the SAIMM Academy Committee, chaired by Vote and Linda, which focuses on strengthening the learning pathways and professional development across the industry. Our CPD committee, chaired by Kondwani, is strengthening mentoring and coaching processes to help professionals develop the competencies required for professional registration and continuing professional development. Our Young Professionals Council, chaired by Connie, with Tokyo as a very capable deputy, continues to play a critical role in representing young professionals and bridging the transition between universities and industry. And of course, our technical program continues to play a vital role in facilitating knowledge exchange across the minerals industry. If you're involved in any of the SIMM committees or meetings, you may have already noticed another change. Every meeting has now got a clearly defined purpose, clear outcomes, and a structured agenda to achieve this outcome. This was a key focus of the SIMM operating model, because strong strategy requires strong operating discipline, and this work is only just beginning. Imagine an industry where the entire professional ecosystem is aligned, where universities, industry, regulators, and professional bodies work together to support the development of capable professionals, where learning pathways are clear and coordinated, where young professionals are supported and mentored as they develop their careers, and where the minerals industry consistently produces the professional capability required to meet the challenges of the future. That is the ecosystem the SIMM seeks to help to steward. But this cannot be achieved by the Institute alone. It requires leadership from all of us, from members, from industry leaders, from universities, and from volunteers who contribute their time and their expertise to strengthen our professional community. And as we continue to strengthen this value proposition, we must also recognize that the current funding model of a predominantly member-funded institute will need to evolve. If we are serious about building a robust and sustainable professional pipeline for the industry, then the industry itself must play a more direct role in supporting and investing in this capability. This is not just an SIMM imperative, it is an industry imperative. So my message tonight is simple. If you're a member of the SIMM, get involved. Join a committee. Mentor a young professional, contribute to knowledge sharing across the industry, because together we can build an ecosystem that ensures the minerals industry continues to thrive for generations to come. The SIMM is and will remain the home of the professional. Thank you very much.